Okay, so let's start by developing the bag function. This function is going to show the bag when we click the bag button. And it's going to have all the objects that we're going to store inside. So let's start creating our group where we're going to store all of our buttons. So the group needs a rectangle, and we're going to define the position of where this rectangle is going to be. It's like our label, and we'll set it to the same width as we did with this button. So we'll use this screen and we'll subtract this position, and we're going to do the same with the Y position. And after that, we're going to set the height and the width of the group. Okay, so always when we use a begin group, we always have to end it, and that's a must. Can't get away from it. So okay, oops, forgot to close the parentheses. Okay, there we go. Now what we're going to do with this group is we're going to create a place to store all of our buttons. So when we use this begin group, all the quartz of the GUI system inside this group are reset. So let's create our box, and our box has a rectangle as well, and we'll set it by 0 because these two quartz are being reset because they are inside the group, if that makes any sense. And we're going to set the width and the height, which will be the same as our group. And finally, we need to set the box name. That's why we asked for a bag name, and we'll set that over here. Our bag name. Okay, so we can test it. Let's try it out. So if we, oops, wait a second. Let's, yeah, it's not going to work yet because the bag position is not set yet. So just hang in there with us just a little bit more. But if you want, we can try it out, and we'll just set something up temporarily. So we're going to use center of the screen. Okay, and it should be working. Okay, take that out, 185 by 200, and let's set it to 0 because we're subtracting over here the width and the height. Let's do 200 by 200. this is just to show you what it's going to do. So we click the bag button, and there we go. We have our label. We'll press it, it appears, and it disappears, and then it disappears. So we're going to set this like it was, because we'll set up this variable a little bit after. So pay special attention over here, because this is the toughest part of our inventory, and you're going to notice that once you do it a few times, and it'll get easier and easier. So we need to create all the buttons. So as we told you before, we're going to use the 16 bags, 16 slots in each bag. So this will make a matrix of 4 by 4 by 4, 4 by 4. So we're going to create a it'll be run by each row, by each column, storing our buttons. So we're using 4 because the matrix is going to have 4 by 4 slots. And also we need to create another iterator that is going to do our columns. 0 and the same as it'll be less than 4 because we're going to run it several times, and we're going to increment it. Okay, so this is the most difficult part, is creating the buttons that are going to be placed inside our double for sentence. So let's create the buttons. GUI.button is pressed. So what we're going to do is create a rectangle, and we're going to create it of the slot size multiplied by j, and each slot is going to be incremented by the spacing between the slots. And will be multiplied by j plus 1. Okay. You're wondering why plus 1. We'll show you this in a little bit, why we do plus 1. So this is going to be on the width. Now on the height, we'll use the same slot size, but this time multiplied by I, and we're going to also add it. We'll add the same thing, the spacing between slots. And we're going to multiply it as well by I plus 1. Okay. The spacing between the slots is 15. It's already defined. And finally, we're going to add an offset of 15, which is going to move all the buttons a little bit down so we can see the bag name. of the box, our label rectangle. Then we're going to, for each coordinate, for each button, we need to say each bag is going to have the slot size of slot size by slot size. And we're going to assign a temporary texture. Okay, from the variable we set up above. So this should do it. Looks like we have a problem. Okay, we missed the multiplier. Okay, let's save it. And that should be it for this. Will mark all of our slots. So let's check it out, and we'll do 300 by 300. We'll hit play, hit our bag, and there it is. There's all of our buttons inside of our, we have a, let's see, what could be the problem? Here's the name. We can name it Backpack 1. And the same for the other ones. Backpack 2 and Backpack 4. Okay. So you'll notice so our slots are organized, but we're having a little problem because we can't see them all. I think the problem is that our spacing between slots is 15. It's 5. So we'll try 5, and that should reduce the spacing between slots, and we should be able to see it. Okay. Okay. So let's change it in the inspector. We'll do it in the inspector. Should work. Okay. There we go. So 4 by 4. We have 16 bags. 16 slots in our one bag. So this is the most important, but you need to know the math where to put each bag. So that's why it's tough to do. So we can open it and close it, and it's pretty cool. Okay, and let's get rid of this guy again. We'll implement the bag position next.